Hey everyone, it is Elsa932 on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. We are going to continue our journey of Love is Blind Germany. Journey just sound like Germany. But before we get into episode 2, please like, share, subscribe, hit that like button. Let us get into the algorithm because these international shows aren't getting a whole lot of play in the US. I had to create all the pictures of the cast you see there. There was no cast, booklet. There was no cast pictures out there on the internet. I had to create those myself. So just let me know you like, even if it's the artistry. If you don't like my comments all the time, just like the effort I put into it. Maybe we'll do some live sometime, with permitting time. But thank you so much for joining me. And let's get into episode 2. Let's get into it because we just left a reveal. We just left Danielle and I just lost her name. Danielle and Hanny with the reveal. And Hanny looked gorgeous. So she kept on covering her eyes. The doors open and she kept on covering her eyes like she's scared to look. I was like, ooh, is she gonna like Daniel? But she was smiling. They had a deep hug, close hug. They had a deep kiss. At some point, I wanted to cover my eyes because she made me feel like I was encroaching on the moment. They were, how can I say, tasting what each other had for lunch the day before. Okay, that's how deep it went. That's how deep it looked to me. Okay. So she doesn't hesitate to say yes again when he goes on his knees to propose. And she said the kisses were delicious. The kisses were delicious, Daniel. You in there. We got to see the next phase if y'all can actually vacation together. So she says she's excited just to have coffee with him, and it's the small things in life. And while that is beautiful, that is a beautiful sentiment that you should enjoy the little things in life with your person. I couldn't help but think, is that all she wants to enjoy with him? Was she not happy with him? Is it only coffee she wants to enjoy? Just put a pin in that. It may be my pessimistic self. I don't understand. But some just saying, screaming, the kisses were delicious. Okay. So we find out from the ladies it is day 6. So we know, even though we saw Hemi and Daniel get engaged, that is not the way things work. That episode 1. So day 6, we see Tolga on a date with Hannah. He calls himself a Casanova. Now, again, a Casanova is the really nice way of saying F-boy. Tolga, you are keeping with this F-boy title that I think you lived up to when you were out in the real world. So Hannah tells him she loves amusement parks. He does too, roller coasters, but she's excited to be a housewife. She wants 2 to 3 kids in the next 2 or 3 years. He agrees. He said he works to take care of the house. And, he feels with her, she makes him feel good. And she will make a house and children feel good. She has that nurturing spirit. Okay. Are you going to be running the streets, though, Tolga? I don't know. You keep saying Casanova and F-boy. I don't understand. So we see Shyla. We meet her. She is 35 years old, real estate agent. Tells the lady she doesn't want to swipe anymore. And what if a man is over there across the partition? Is someone she swiped away from? Here's the issue. If you were heavy into swiping stuff, that possibly could happen with Love is Blind. I personally would love it if Shyla finds a man that she did swipe away from, or she had a few dates with and she crossed him out, and he's here on Love is Blind. Let me know what you think in the comments. I would personally like to see that for anyone on the show. Like, oh my God, I swiped away from you before. Why are you here? Because you didn't give them a chance. I'm just saying. So I'm like, she's in too deep. And will she get wigged out by a man that she swiped away from before? I wonder. So she's been single for nearly a decade. She's focused on her career, and herself, and now she wants a husband. Okay, Shyla. Shyla, I'm sorry if it's Sheila, but the way it's spelled is Shyla. So Shyla has a date with Tolga. She tells him she is self confident in a male dominated industry. She's a real estate agent. So he likes that they can have an argument and she won't cry and walk out of the house. She wants someone to stand up to him. Why are we fighting, Tolga? Why are we fighting? So she says that Tolga is the male version of her. He is the male version of her. And she said, when he said storming out, she said, yeah, but, lighting the house on fire is an option. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. He said, as long as she don't like him and his two cats, that's fine, because he likes her toxicity. Whoa, whoa, why are we liking the red flag? This is F-boy behavior. This is F-boy liking y'all. Come on, Tolga. I had high hopes. Tolga, please, no. Golly. Whew, this is not toxic. This is illegal stuff. So Ilias has a date with Alina. He wants to be himself, but he can't talk about certain topics with her. And I'm like, how is that being yourself? How are you being yourself if you can't talk to her? So he got her angel cards, and she loves the angel cards. Now, y'all, I had to go look it up. I don't know what angel cards are. I didn't know before now. But angel cards are, and no offense to anyone who likes and appreciates angel cards, but angel cards are positive images that a person can read to give them positive inspiration and upbeat messages that resonate with their soul. It is similar, it is not the same, it is similar of tarot cards. But tarot cards is predictive and gives you details right down to hour, minute references. So, angel cards are for inspiration. Tarot cards, I read this online, is about predicting stuff. Whether you like it or not. So while she took the cards out, he's like, give it a good shuffle. He wanted to talk to her about something. He wanted to talk to her about cheating in a previous relationship. So before she can shuffle up the cards to pull one out for him, a card falls out. Card falls out of her hand, just like that. And it's the Angel of Innocence. The details reads, you are free to find your own way in life and you have the strength for that journey. Okay? He said he feels the pressure to please his dad and he feels he can be himself with her. Okay? He's on this journey. He's on this love is blind journey. And I guess he has the strength to keep on going. He leads up to making a mistake in a relationship. Asked her first, and she said, "Oh, she done other things, but she never cheated." And he's like, "Oh, he want to tell her how he acted badly, and she may react badly." And he told her he cheated before, and he said it's clear for him it won't happen again because that was when he was a teenager. Now she says faithfulness is very important to her. It is a deal breaker for her. She is one that believes once a cheater, always a cheater. But he was a teenager, 19, when this happened. So in the ladies' lounge, Alina goes and talks to Mimi. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture of Mimi. Again, I said there was no press photos. No press photos. So out there on the internet for the US market. So I grabbed these pictures myself off the television, but I didn't take Mimi's picture. And again, please forgive me. This is a translated, edited show, so anything could be taken out of context. We're just here for the fun, recap, and review. So at the ladies' lounge, Alina tells me about, he was a cheater. So Mimi says, do you still have butterflies for him? And she's like, yes, but she hopes he is serious about them because she's going to go away from her deal breaker for this man. Okay, let's talk about this. Mimi, butterflies belong in a garden, not in your stomach. You could have just gas. And there are things you could take to stop the gas. Don't have this be, oh my God, he has butterflies. No. Maybe you're just hungry and you got a little gas. I'm sorry, this whole butterflies in the stomach, maybe I'm a pessimist, but butterflies don't mean anything. Is he just around when you have gas? Whatever. Is he giving you gas? Let's let's not go there. But she's like, she hopes Alina is like, she's hoping he's serious about this, serious about her. You have to give him a chance, but I'm gonna give him a side eye chance because now you know that's a deal breaker when you walked in, and you willing to drop that red flag to allow him in. Girl, I am hoping for your sake that he is the man you wish for him to be. Because if you drop your boundary, you drop your deal breaker for this man, it's going to be difficult. I'm just saying, I wouldn't have done it. It's a deal breaker, it's a deal breaker. Because it's what it's starting to give a whiff of is that you want to stay on the show. This is the only man you're connecting with that we're seeing, and the closest one to a proposal, you want to stay on the show. So you go and drop the deal breaker to stay with him. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. And if you do, again, I'm going to go what I said with episode 1. You sound like a stage 5 clinger. You just want to be married. And if that's not the case, you just want to stay on the show. I'm sorry. That's what I'm getting from Alina. I'm sorry if that's not the case. We'll move on. We meet Sally, 26. She's a marketing manager. She has deep Christian values, and she wants to find a man with similar values. We meet Medina. He is 30 years old, a specialist in quality assurance and training. Remember, y'all, I said I had to translate these titles from German to English, Google Translation. I'm sorry if I have your titles mixed up. So she wants 3 kids. He said he had 3 sisters. So she's like, oh, you should know women. No, girl, that don't mean he was paying attention. He just had 3 sisters. That don't mean he was paying attention. He said he's not great on empathy for women, even with his sisters. And I'm sure they're probably picking on you. No offense, but they're probably picking on you if you were the youngest especially. Dude. But he is a Christian. He was born a Christian into this world, and all Sally sees is stars. I like them, but I'm hoping it's more than Christian values they have. That is a great foundation, but I'm hoping they can at least tolerate each other day-to-day life. So we have Shella. Shella has a date with Pascal. It's my favorite couple, but still too early. He is a family person. He visits his family once per week. He doesn't live far from them. When asked how many kids, she wants 3, 2 girls and 1 boy. And they talk about their matching lifestyles, and he does get a little flirty. He said he's not ready to say he will propose, but they shouldn't even be there yet. Remember, this is day 6. But we got a timeline, Pascal. We have got 10 days to do this. She likes the fact that they're taking their time. We have got 10 days. We ain't got much time. So he says he needs a lot of communication to feel attraction. And she wants more reassurance from him, she says in her confessional. In the men's lounge, he keeps saying, oh, she is the best woman he has ever met, ever talked to. And the men are like, have you told her? No. They're like, you need to tell her this, not tell us. She needs to hear that. That's what she's looking for. And I applaud these men for telling him, because Shella would never know what he's thinking. What Pascal's thinking if y'all don't tell him, push him in that direction. So Shella has a next date with Fabio. They talk about showing emotions, and he says, can you say I love you? And she's like, yes, she will say it, and she will happily voice it to her partner because she thinks saying I love you is necessary. And he feels the same. And they both leave the date with a good feeling. And I'm like, Pascal, you're losing Shella. You're losing her. Dude, you're losing her. Fabio is kind of sliding through, even though I don't like Fabio too much. I don't hear him talk too much serious things, but now he's talking serious family things, other than buying the house with the family. So she goes to the ladies' lounge, and Alberta walks away, because remember, Alberta is also dating Fabio. She want to hear it. La, 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 la. Alberta's like, I want to hear it. She dating Fabio. I don't want to be around. She could talk, but I don't have to be around. So we have Marcel has a date with Jen. He feels they have the foundation that they can work through everything, but he would like to touch and feel more. And she says she's a small gesture person. Mm. She likes to receive love with just simple gestures. Like if his friends don't like her and she's not around, that he will stand up for her. Now, Jen, why won't his friends like you? You're scaring me with that. Why won't his friends like you? What do you do in the past that your previous boyfriend's friends don't like you? Marcel said he wants someone to be present, attentive, and also small gestures, and the feeling of being accepted. And then they get quiet. They say nothing. You just probably hearing each other breathing. And she says silence also means intimacy. And he agrees. They just want to be able to just breathe and relax around each other. That's all well and good, y'all, but we got 10 days. We ain't got the time to be quiet. These dates are what we learned in previous seasons is like 40 minutes to an hour. We ain't got the time. This is fast paced. What's all this? Wait. So Marcel said you don't always have to talk to communicate. We understand, but you don't know this gal. She said she's been waiting for this moment for her to feel something, and she does feel something deeply for him, and he agrees he does too. So the song they play for them is Nothing But Love Between Us. That's so sweet, but we ain't got the time. We see Elias and Alina. She didn't sleep well. She was anxious. Whoa. He said he hesitates at the door for every date, but when he hears her giggle, he melts. And he knows it's going to be a great day. Y'all know that's a wonderful thing. But I'm telling you, Elias, dude, is there something a little too smooth with you? I don't know what it is, but I'm going to figure it out. So with all of this, he proposes, and Alina says yes. I'm not going to give y'all all the proposal words and all that. We got to get to it. We got to get to reveals. We got to get to it. We got couples. So Tolga has a date with Shyla. Her last relationship was her first. Again, from the first recap I did, how are people going into their late 20s, early 30s and only had one relationship? Do they not date in Germany? Let me know in the comments. Are y'all not habitual daters like Americans are? Or y'all just date really, really well and certain things y'all just don't call dating? Let me know. So, her last relationship was her first. Okay? She moved for them to a whole new city where she knew nobody. She gave up most of herself. She lost herself for that person. She had no friends and she had to be happy with herself. She said one birthday, she told him she would bring a cake to a restaurant. But he said, don't worry about it. He would bring the cake. She thought he planned this lovely restaurant dinner for her. She thought he had the cake set up with the waitstaff. But nothing came after dinner but the check. So Tolga is taking that all in. And she's like, I'm sorry to drop this on you. He's like, no. All of this is pertinent information. All of this is what I need to know to get to know you. And he said he's glad she's there and thanks her for opening up and trusting him. And that was very, very, how can I say it? A lot for her to tell. It's a lot to say when you're disappointed in someone, especially when you have given so much of yourself, so much of your life to them. In her confessional, she said it is exhausting to keep up her wall, and she has been waiting to share with someone. Now, we know this, ladies. When we got to put up a wall of protection, when we've got to give a certain persona in a male-dominated profession, it's a wall that you are carrying yourself, and is a heavy wall. So we totally understand. So Tolga has a date next with Hannah. Okay? She said she has been waiting all day for him. Oh, he loved that. Tolga was like, oh, you waiting on the Tolga? He didn't say that, but I'm just saying, You waiting on Tolga? You waiting on me? Me? Yeah, Tolga. You're giving the Casanova vibes. So she shows love by actions and even massages. And he's like, ooh, I give great massages. So they're like, talking. But he says his perfect first date is action. Because she asked him. He said, we can do bowling, laser tag, hiking, whatever it is. It has to be something, that's active. And she said she feels like it is easy with him. We'll put a pin in that there. So Marcel has a date with Jen. They are so awkward, y'all. They are like the kids dressed in their Sunday best because they know they're going to a special program at church, but they're awkward because they don't wear the Sunday clothes all the time. They don't know how to fit and feel. Well, they are so awkward. They are babbling and rambling, and I was like, y'all get to it. Which is he proposes? And she says, absolutely. Now he grabs a pillow, and he's like holding that pillow and like shaking quietly, and I'm like, scream! But you know what I'm thinking? The proposal I told y'all about. I'm thinking they heard her yelling when she was proposed to, and he's like, you are not going to record me yelling. I'm like, just let it out. You're happy. Then she said, absolutely. So we turn to Alberta crying in the ladies' lounge. I hate to see that she is not connecting the same way others are connecting. And she is scared that Fabio will pick Shella or another person. Alberta, I understand this. I'm not going to use the whole youth and you're young and whatever. I'm not going to use that. What I'm going to say is don't compare yourself. Don't compare yourself and your connection. Don't do that. What I can see from this is that I hope, but what I can see with this is that you may be married to your spouse and you're like, well, honey, how come we don't do things like that couple over there? Honey, how come we don't talk and connect like that couple over there? Don't compare. Don't compare your relationship with Fabio with anyone else's. Play your game. Well, it's not a game, but show yourself. And if yourself is not good enough for Fabio, then there's somebody else out there. Fabio is not the only man out there who would appreciate you. But I understand how you're in your feelings. You probably shared a lot with Fabio that we have not seen. But just breathe. If Fabio picks Shella, guess what? Maybe he did you a favor. So we go to Alberta having her date with Fabio. And she tells him it is difficult. She opens up her heart. She just let it out. And I love that for her. She said it's difficult seeing the other woman you're dating. She's like, out there in the real world, I wouldn't see or know her. And if I did, I'd be gone. Alberta, I'm glad to know you got that backbone, girl. I am so glad to hear that. Because it's like, yeah, you got somebody else. But if you got to make a decision, the decision is already made. I'm gone. So he said he has fun with her. He said he hesitates with her because of the age difference. Remember, she is 25, right? She's 25. And I believe Fabio is 33. If I'm remembering Fabio correctly, he may be 33. Yes, he is 33, the flight dispatch. Woo, I remember that. I just had to scroll up a little bit. So he says he hesitates with the age difference, 25 to 33. And she says, he says, are you really ready for marriage at your age? Are you there? And she said her showing, he says her wanting the show of affection to be touchy and feely when she hasn't had it, it doesn't compute for him. She's like, she always wanted it, but she never got it. But she is serious. She knows what she wants. She was crying, y'all, just pouring her heart out to Fabio. And I felt he was getting it. I felt he was moved. He said he was moved, but I don't know if it's enough. I don't know if it's enough to shake Shella off. Not that Shella is holding him back, but I don't know if it's enough. But I am so glad that Alberta just let her heart out. Girl, if this doesn't work out, guess what? You could always say, hey, I let it all hang out. And if it wasn't it, it ain't it. You played all your cards. There's no regrets. So, next we move over. We have a date between Sally and Medina. Now, they both do their birthdays up. They both do. She says she does a birthday weekend. He said he do a birthday marathon. Y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. He said his friends have to go because they signed up to be friends. Well, I'm going to tap out. I'm going to tap out of that friendship. He said he has built walls around himself because of rejection and friend zones. And I think that's where the parties and everything, I think that's where his whole exuberance and everything is to mask that. And I'm glad Medina came out and told Sally. She says she does not fall in love easily. It takes a long time for her, and she said, I love you only once. So he says, how are we two people with high walls going to show each other love beyond our walls? Medina, oh, that one resonated with me. Y'all got to either crumble them walls or y'all got to climb. Y'all got to climb your own wall and then climb the other person's wall. Y'all better bring their walls down. We got 10 days. 10 days. We have Alina and Ilias. They have their reveal. They seem to like each other. The door's open and she is hurry walking to him real quick to him. To him. Okay? She does kiss him, hug. They have a, deep kiss. He hugs her close. They both say they're very happy. I don't know why I don't believe it on his side. He does say she's beautiful, she's gorgeous. He does say he loves what she looks like. I just don't believe it. I don't know. There's nothing there except an intuition. I'm just guessing. But I don't believe it. Tolga is confused as to which woman to pick. See, the F-boy behavior. The F-boy behavior right there. I'm not saying it's only, but it's the way he describes it. Everybody got a decision to make between, who they're dating. But Tolga, and it's like, oh, she make me feel this, and oh, she make me feel... Tolga is going about it like the Casanova behavior. Tolga has a date with Shyla, and he gives her a cupcake with a candle. He said he wanted to show her he was listening and appreciates her. She means a lot to him. And she says she's happy. Now, the sweet side of me wants to say, Tolga, that was so wonderful. So wonderful. But the other side of me say, it ain't her birthday. It ain't Sheila's birthday. I'm not sure if it's Sheila or Shyla. It's not her birthday. And she opened up to you, told you a vulnerable moment, and I want to say that Tolga is using his Casanova ways and using that to get to the finish line with Shyla. That's just my thought. Because it's not her birthday, there's no reason for you to give a cupcake and a freaking single rose. This is your F-boy behavior that you probably handled out in the street. I'm sorry, I don't like it, Tolga. She may thinks it's sweet. Then he does another thing. Oh my gosh, he got me so mad, y'all. I'm sorry, Tolga got me mad. He asked her, is she going to go take the flower and the cupcake to go show off to the other women in the lounge? Tolga, you seem to have forgotten you also got Hannah that you're dating. Hannah is over there in the lounge. You want her to go show off the gift. I don't know how many men have been given gifts. I didn't see much. Not in these 2 episodes. I haven't seen much gift giving between the pods. But you want the woman you're dating, Sheila, to go over to the women's lounge to show off the cupcake and the rose when you know you never gave Hannah anything. And Hannah said she likes small gestures. Hannah been telling you these things. You want Sheila to go over there and present this to all the ladies and let Hannah see. I don't like it. That is total F-boy behavior. So in the ladies' lounge, they say, oh, it looks like wedding cake. Hannah's in the lounge. She was chilling, relaxing on the couch. She rises up off the couch and she's looking around. She said, hey, let Sheila have what she has. But Sheila don't know Hannah's connection with Tolga. That's what Hannah said. Let her have her moment. She don't know how I'm connected to Tolga. how Tolga and I have a strong connection. She didn't say better, she just said strong. We are connected. And you know what? Hannah, you show me you either a better game player or you about it. You're like, I ain't even sweating it. Go talk to Alberta, please, Hannah. She needs you. She needs your support. She needs your support. But Sheila cheers with the cake with another girl and says, cheers to being number one. And Hannah is triggered. Hannah says she's triggered by this. Sheila, I know you're in a male-dominated society, not society, but workplace and job, but that was insensitive. And I know you want to win the game, you want to win by any means, but that was insensitive. You know Hannah's there. It's insensitive. I would have told him, and I would have ate that cupcake there, and I would have told him, and I would have been like, because you know what? I don't want the other player knowing the game. I don't want the other player knowing that he gave me a gift, and now they got to one up. They got to up their ante to keep him interested. Hannah would have just seen that flower. That's it. But according to Hannah, she is acknowledging she's triggered. He gave her gift. But I'm glad, even though you're triggered, Hannah, you are not giving in to wilding out. You're like, hey, Tolga and I are connected. We gonna talk about it. And Tolga says, oh, now he got to prepare for a date with Hannah. Tolga, Casanova F-boy behavior. I'm sorry. But when Hannah said yes, seeing Sheila with gifts from him was triggering her, that was the end of our episode, y'all. I felt so sorry for Hannah, but I felt strong for Hannah because she's like, yeah, keep your gifts. That may be the last thing you get for her. And she also said it was very sweet of him to do that after hearing about her birthday, letdown with the ex. Hannah, good people, y'all. Hannah is good. Right now, Hannah, good people. Right now. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm glad you made it this far. I hope you will take a moment to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. Check out the other videos. Check out the other stamps in our passport. I have done Love is Blind for Brazil, Mexico, UK, and Argentina. And here we are in Germany. Hope you will continue to join me. See you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.